Hello everyone. Today I will be talking about how words are created, word formation. And to support this, I will also mention some examples from English and some local languages in Indonesia. So the study of word formations is also known as etymology, very closely related to one another. With etymology, it's the study of the origin and history of a word. And in these presentations, I will be talking about 7 categories, big categories, as well as 14 smaller subtypes of word formation in English and in many other languages. So these are by no means the only possible word formation types. There are more than these 14 types, but then these are some of the most productively producing types of word formation. 7 categories of word formations are borrowing, compounding, clipping, conversion, coinage, derivation, and multiple process. Borrowing is the simply taking over words from other languages, because English is not only able to produce words, sometimes they also import other words from other languages. For example, dub from Dutch, jewels from French, glitzy from Yiddish, lilac from Persian, piano from Italian, pretzel from German, and zebra from Bantu. One type of borrowing is loan translations, in which the direct translation process of the elements of a word into the borrowing language. For example, in Superman is borrowed from German word, where it's a direct translation rather than just simply borrow the words from German. The English words is directly translated from German's Übermensch. The next one is compounding. So compounding is joining two separate words to produce a single form. By compounding, you combine two words into one single form, like bouquets, doorknob, fingerprints, wallpaper, wastebasket, waterbed, and so on in English. Or you have in Indonesia, like kacamata in Indonesia. Next is blending. With blending, you combine two parts of two words, but you clip them and you drop one part of those words and you join them. So like in smoke, it's combinations of smoke plus fog. Brunch is combinations of breakfast and lunch and motel and so on. The third types is clipping. When we reduce a word to form a shorter form, for example, like gasoline is shortened into gas, fanatic into fan, influenza into flu, facsimile into fax, and so on. Under the clipping, we also have 2 types of hypochorism and back formations. Hypochorism is reducing words into syllables and then adding y or ie in the end. So that's why we have Barbie. So it's a barbecue. You drop the end parts and then you add ie. Or like a movie, we have a moving pictures and then we drop the second part of moving and as well as pictures and we add ie. The back formations is reducing a word to form another word. So here you have automations, for example, and you reduce the form into automate. Choreography, you reduce it into choreograph. Syllabifications into syllabify. Bulldozer, you reduce it into bulldoze and so on. Here you can see that sometimes the formations, the next form has different part of speech, while in some others it has similar part of speech, like in choreography and choreograph. In automations, there is a change of part of speech from noun into a verb. The fourth type is conversions, in which you change the functions of a word without any reductions. You just convert the part of speech of that word. For example, like chair, you can use it to refer to a noun, which is place to sit, or you can refer it to a verb. Someone has to chair the meeting, which is running or leading a meeting. Vacations, they are vacationing in Florida. So with these examples, you can also produce other examples like Google. So you can refer Google as a noun or to Google as a verb. More examples include, for example, dust. Did you dust the living room? Glue. I'll have to glue it together. Or referee. Who will referee the game? So in all examples here, you can see that there is a change from noun into verb or otherwise from the verb into a noun. The coinage is the inventions of use of a new terms as a new words, which is found from usually big names or big brand or something popular in particular era. Here you have in examples like aspirin, nylons, Vaseline, zipper, Renault, Kleenex, Teflon, Xerox, and so on. In Indonesia, you can also refer to Pepsodent to refer to all different types of toothpaste, or Honda to refer to different types of motorbikes, and other examples which refer that there is one very popular brand which can represent many other types of brands in that particular category. We also have eponyms and acronyms as a part of coinage. With eponyms, new words are based on the name of a person or a place. For example, we have teddy bear, which is made from the name of late US President Theodore Roosevelt during the Second World War. The acronym is the abbreviations of words. So when you abbreviate words, it has similar meaning with that ones. Like NASA, you have UNESCO, you have LASET, you have TNI, you have ABRI, you have POLRI, and different other things. You have DPR and MPR and so on. The sixth category is derivations. It is combinations of words or free morphemes and the affixes. In general, we have about 5 types of affixes. Prefix is the one in the beginning of a word. Suffix is in the end. The infix, you put it in the middle. Circumfix, you put it together in the beginning and the end of a word. And supraffix is a type of affix which is signified by suprasegmental patterns such as intonations in a word. So my question would be, which type of derivations can you find in English? In English, in general, we have 3 types of derivations, which are prefixes, suffixes, and supraffix. These are some examples of affixes in English. We have this, mal, and as a prefix. We have suffix men, ing, and or. So that's why we have employment. And we have supraffix here, which shown by suprasegmental features of intonations. So that's why we have import as a noun and to import as a verb. We have insult as a noun and to insult as a verb. So both words have the same forms, have the same segmental features, but then they have different suprasegmental features, which is intonations. When you put it in the beginning, assume as a noun. When you put it in the end, usually people will assume that this is a verb. The last process is multiple process, in which it is a combination of previously mentioned process. So it can be more than one process. In general, these are some examples. For example, like deli, it's a combination of borrowing of delicatessens plus clipping. Snowball is a combination of compounding of snow plus ball, and then you add the conversions in the end. While laser is a combination of acronym plus back formations process. All right, so my question will be, which word formation is used extensively, which is used productively in English, and which word formation is used very extensively in your local language? And give some examples. Thank you so much for